Don't be so loud. Oh my gosh, this is just literally giving me chills. Makes me so happy. Oh. Kia ora and welcome. My name's Zoe Stevie and I'm your vocal coach for today because we are going to take a look at Zara Larsson with The Greatest Love of All. This was her audition for Sweden's Got Talent. She actually won this. I mean, oh my goodness me, as a 10-year-old, she's incredible. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique. And I honestly, I feel, I've never watched this before, but I feel like watching it is going to make all of us feel inadequate as 10-year-olds.
Children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier.
Can we just say that this little Swedish 10-year-old is singing in English on national television? That's incredible. I know Swedes learn English. They speak so many languages beautifully, but amazing. So we're not going to say anything about any type of pronunciation. Okay, whatever. She's a child, but you can hear there that the little larynx is struggling to go low. Okay, this is very standard in children's voices. They're not very big. Okay, their vocal folds are very, very tiny, and it's amazing that she's actually getting this low. But I just love that this is like a normal child sound.
Children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be.
Chills. I love seeing kids succeed. It's just so beautiful. I think we all do, actually. That's why they do so well online. So you could hear that little bit of vibrato coming in there to make it easier. Yeah, that lovely. It's just so cute. But what we heard there, the vibrato was quite wide. Now, look, children are always copying the sounds. Vibrato actually comes to the voice. That was probably a little bit put on, but we do have a lovely amount of thyroid tilt that we need for vibrato to be activated. Let's have a little look at this higher section of the song.
Remind us how we used to be.
So as a laughter, you could hear that there. Now again, I'm not poo-pooing a 10-year-old not singing that low. If you're anyone who's been through puberty, you will be able to train a slightly lower larynx position. So I want you to think about laughter. And I like to tell my students to think like they're being a bit of a cow. Really pretty, I know, but go and get that larynx down low in order to introduce a little bit of breath as well. Well, sorry, not in order to be able to take the larynx low enough to hit the pitch, but we're wanting to introduce a little bit of breath to the sound as well. My goodness me. Look, children sing very intuitively. Okay. So I really hope that her teacher didn't really go over into a hell of a lot of vocal technique. You could see there that her little body was getting more energized as she was going higher. So she's instinctively adding more pressure to the subglottic pressure, so the area below the vocal folds. She's building that up by getting that tension in there. Let's watch that again. You can see her little arm there when she goes higher.
Remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to worry
Oh my gosh, this is just literally giving me chills. She's not a typical 10-year-old, okay? I've coached a lot of children in my day, and honestly, I've never had a child at 10 years old who's been as good as Zara Larsson as she is here, okay? And I've taught a lot of kids. She's either had a lot of training or she's just got a lot of natural talent. Now, natural talent only really takes you so far, and we know that she's taken it very far and continued her training. But let's just go back on this because I really like these little gorgeous short, sharp, high breaths.
Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what.
You can hear these little okay. So firstly, I want you to listen to a little bit of those breaths for your own singing, actually, because when we're singing higher in the range or in a thicker vocal fold quality, like she's in a full-on belt there, okay, we're wanting to take short, sharp, high breaths because we're not only wanting to activate the muscles here in the upper pecs and the upper back, but we're actually not needing a shitload of air when we're singing up there. So we're pressurizing the chamber here inside the lungs. And when we take on more air, it actually just ruins it for us. So that's one thing that you can take away from her. Let's just watch that because they're doing like she's doing like little audible breaths.
At least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity.
I know I keep stopping at the same place. So these little breaths are just telling us there's a little bit of closing going on in the throat there, but a child's throat is actually really teeny tiny. So there's a reason why we're also hearing it. There's just something in the way of the in-breath.
They can't take away my dignity. The greatest love of all it is to achieve.
There we go. So again, please, I am not ever in a million years criticizing. This is beautiful performance. She did so well. I'm just saying we saw her go a little bit red there. She got to the end of the phrase. Very typical for a child, unable to sustain really, really, really long phrases. I know you're going to come at me in the comments and like give me all of the examples of like singers who have got huge breath control, like whatever. Honestly, I teach a lot of kids. I did teach a lot of kids. I don't really teach any anymore. And yeah, this come at me. I've been doing this shit for a really long time. So just you saw the increase in the energy there as she went higher in the range. Just watch that again. So you can see there with her hand, she's got that increase in the energy. The greatest love of all. And she's going up there with her belt. That's so beautiful because that's what we do want as we go. I don't want you to necessarily hold your hand like that, but what we're looking for is an increase in the body energy that we're using as we're going higher. That does not mean that I want you to grip in your abs. That usually means that I want you to engage through those larger back muscles. Little bit of a wobble in the voice there. Maybe that's coming through trying to add a little bit of vibrato, could be a bit of nerves, but that's just so nice to see as well. We've got this appearance of the seriousness going on there. So we'll talk about the next little stop. So firstly, children like literally come out belting, okay? Belting is one of our loudest voice qualities that we can create. it can be heard over football fields. And that's really important because when a child is helped, we're talking about like babies here, when they need something, they're actually belting, and they can belt for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours because they need someone to come and tend to them. So what often happens with, us humans is at some point someone tells us, don't be so loud. And then we end up losing our ability to belt because we just simply stop using that set of muscles. So everybody honestly can learn to belt. And I really work hard at teaching singers how to find that belt without hurting their voices and without, honestly, it's not a yell. I say that is like in terms of the primal sense with children, but shit just happens in our lives as we get older and a whole bunch of stuff ends up coming in. That means that we find it more difficult. And obviously our larynxes also get larger as we age. Inside my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, they're not going to go and wreck their voices, and they know how to practice, and they have their practice plans. So, they're all set. So if you want to learn how you can improve your belt technique, then you can apply for my online singing school down in the description below. I'd love to see you there. Wow. I'm so excited about Zara. Look, honestly, talent can only take you so far. Okay. I think Angela Ducksworth said, where talent counts, hard work counts twice. And so if she'd have just chosen at this age to just like never sing again, then she probably would have been an average singer in her, 10 and like, how old is she now? Like mid-20s, late 20s. But she's worked at it really, really hard. And that's why she's got to where she is today. It's not just where her ability where she is today is not just this was natural talent. And then where she is today is just hard work and determination and continuing her training. And like, oh my goodness me, it's so beautiful to see. And it just makes me so happy to see her sing like that. It's just so gorgeous. Oh, it's really precious. So check out some more Zara Larsson up here with her latest performance of Midnight Sun. I absolutely loved it where she sang it live. Just remember, anyone can learn to sing. Have an awesome rest of your day. Ka kite anō.